Is Phillipe Clement the man to end Celtic dominance? Well, we're going to find out because he has been appointed the brand new manager of Rangers Football Club. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. The wait for the new Rangers manager is over. It has been announced, and Phillipe Clement will be the man in charge. He signs a 3.5-year deal with the Glasgow club, and subject to a work permit, he will be the next Rangers manager and the 19th manager in the entire history of Rangers. So, still a low amount of managers. It's strange how many they've went through in the past, 7-8 years. Before that, I think they had 12, 13 in the entire history. So, just goes to show that Rangers haven't really chopped and changed managers until recently. They've had long-standing managers, but I think the lack of success, I think the Celtic dominance has maybe led the club to panic and maybe swap out managers quicker than they normally would have in order to try and find that success. But Clement spoke about his appointment. He says, quote, "I am honoured to have been appointed as the new manager of Rangers Football Club, and I'd like to thank the board for giving me this opportunity. I am looking forward to meeting with the players in the coming days and to meeting our supporters at next Saturday's home match with Hibernian, as we set out together to create a successful winning Rangers." End of quote. So, I mean, he wants a successful winning Rangers. That's good to hear, because I'm sure that's what all Rangers fans want to hear. Be a bit worrying if he got the job and said that he wanted to see a unsuccessful Rangers. So, I mean, at least Clement gets it. He should be winning games, and I think it'll be a good appointment for Rangers. I think they've actually went for a kind of high-level manager here. There were some other choices that I don't think were too convincing. I think Phillipe Clement has got experience. He's done okay at high levels before in his career, so we're just going to have to see what he can do at Rangers. Before Rangers, his highest team managed would be Monaco, I suggest. And I mean, look at the last time Rangers hired a manager for the French League, Paul Le Guen. It didn't exactly turn out too well then, but who knows, maybe this will be different. So let's have a look at Phillipe Clement's Monaco run. He took over the club early 2022. He was there for about 18 months, a year and a half approximately. He only had one full season though as Monaco manager, and in that season he finished 6th in the league. He missed out on a European place, and it actually led to the board firing him from his job at Monaco. So Rangers are hiring a guy who's been fired. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, because Celtic hired Brendan Rodgers back in the day when he was fired off Liverpool, and he went on to be pretty successful. So just because you're hiring someone who's been fired, doesn't necessarily mean that it's a dud, or you're hiring a crap manager. But I think ideally you would want to sign someone who's coming off a good spell at a successful club. I think that's what you'd prefer. But I mean, it is what it is. His run with Monaco wasn't horrible. It just wasn't good enough to break into the top 5. He'd 38 games, obviously, in the league, 19 wins, 8 draws, and 11 defeats, with only a 12-plus goal difference, which perhaps let them down. And if you see in his season, the final 7 games with Monaco in Ligue 1, he only got 1 win. So his last 5 games from last 7 games, from April 22nd to the 3rd of June, he lost 5. And those 5 were 3-0 against Lens, 4-0 against Montpellier, 3-1 against Lyon, 2-0 against Rennes, and 2-1 against Toulouse. He had a 0-0 draw in there with Lille and a 2-1 win over Angers. So that's not great, is it? His last 7 games in charge of the league at Monaco, he's lost 5 out of 7. Not great. That led to him obviously getting sacked in Europe that season. He was in the Europa League, finished 2nd in the Europa League group with Ferencváros topping it. So Ferencváros not world beaters by any means, and he finished 2nd to them. So I mean, perhaps he didn't have the greatest spell at Monaco, but he did finish his run as Monaco manager with a 51.3 overall percentage win record. And if you look at his clubs before that, Club Brugge, when he was there for 129 games, he had a 55% winning record. I know Rangers love that number, 55. And then at Genk, where he also won the league, he had a 57.3% winning record. So he's managed Genk, he's managed Club Brugge, two big teams in Belgium, and he won the league with both of them. So that's not bad going. I don't think you can really complain with that. He's done well. He won the Belgian League 3 years in a row. He won it with Genk. Then he moved straight to Club Brugge and he won it with them the following 2 years. Plus, he won a Belgian Super Cup. So this guy, in the space of what? 3 seasons, he won 4 trophies in Belgium. That includes 3 league titles and a Belgian Super Cup. And that's a hell of a lot better than what Rangers have done over, the past 12 seasons. Rangers have won 2 domestic trophies. That ain't good enough. That is not good enough. And that's what I meant at the start of the video when I says, can Phillipe Clement end Celtic dominance? I'm not saying that Rangers haven't won trophies. They have. Gerrard won the league, great. Gio Van Bronckhorst won the Scottish Cup. They deserve credit for that, they do. But let's be honest, since 2012, since Rangers went down to League 2, it's been one-way traffic in Scotland. It's been a fucking absolute demolition job from Celtic. Rangers don't even have the second amount of titles in that period. That honour goes to St Johnstone. So Rangers have been dominated by Celtic. There is Celtic dominance at the moment. Winning 1 trophy isn't going to change that. If Rangers win this Scottish League Cup, that doesn't mean the Celtic dominance is ended. To end that dominance, you need to see a prolonged period where Rangers are at the top, winning multiple trophies, having multi-trophy seasons, and just out-trophying Celtic for at least a couple of seasons if we're really going to see that Celtic dominance end. You know, winning the odd trophy here and there isn't enough to do it. Can Phillipe Clement be the guy to do that? We'll find out. I look at his record, I think it looks pretty good. Like I said, last 3 clubs, he's got over a 50% win record. So, we'll see what happens. The guy can win games, there's no doubt about that. He's got decent pedigree. He's won as a player, he's won as a manager, you know, won league titles in Belgium. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. Anyway, that's Fog Football. Let us know your thoughts down below. Are you excited with this appointment? I'm going to put a poll up on the channel, and you can let us know whether you think this is a good appointment for Rangers. Do you think it's the right appointment for Rangers? And what is the expectations for Phillipe Clement? I don't think he can be expected to win the league title. He's 7 points behind Celtic. But what I think Rangers fans will expect is obviously to win the Scottish League Cup. That is a given. I think they will also expect to win the Scottish Cup because they're Rangers. They want to win trophies. By the time the Scottish Cup starts, he will have about 3 or 4 months to be up to scratch. He should be able to compete in that. And I think Europa League, I think Rangers will want a run in that. That group they've got is very winnable. They should be looking to at least advance into the next round, and who knows, maybe they could have another decent Europa League run. I don't see this Rangers team getting to a final at all, but maybe last 16 quarterfinals, maybe something like that is possible. We'll have to wait and see, guys. Anyway, been Fog Football. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one, and until then, peace.